What's up, guys? My name is Anthony and I don't have an intro, hitting you guys with another storytime commentary. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys for all the great feedback I get from all this, all the likes, comments, all the new subscriptions. It's really great to see the channel grow from something that I love doing, and it's really just a great feeling. So anyways, for this storytime commentary, I'm going to be going over the first time I ever drank alcohol. Now, before I get started, I do not endorse underage drinking, and it's kind of illegal, so don't do that. Disclaimer. Whatever. I'm not very good with that stuff. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started into the story of my first drink. Alright, my first drink wasn't actually all that long ago. It was maybe a year or two ago, and I can't actually remember, but I do remember that it was on the 4th of July. Now, for this 4th of July, I thought that I was just going to be sitting at my house, sitting in my room, playing video games, and not really doing anything. And I was kind of bummed because I wanted to do something for the 4th of July. Usually the people in my neighborhood, they'll just go crazy with fireworks, and they'll just put on like a $3,000 firework extravaganza. I mean, it is absolutely crazy what these people used to do, but nowadays they don't, and I don't blame them. They probably lost a lot of money because of it, but I mean, these guys would put on some of the coolest fireworks I've ever seen, but they stopped doing it this year. So I was trying to figure out what I should do, and one of my good buddies decided he was going to invite me to a party that his parents had to go to, and it was kind of like, you know, his parents knew the people who owned the house and threw the party, and there was going to be a lot of kids our age there. So I decided, hey, I've got nothing better to do, so I decided I would go. So I shower, I get all dressed up and everything because they said it was actually going to be a pretty nice party. And just keep in mind that all the parties that I've gone to from this point so far have just been parties that, you know, kids have thrown. It's just kind of like, you know, if their parents are out of town or something, we've just gone and we've just chilled and done whatever. But I've never really been to an actual, you know, nice, like semi-formal party. So I was kind of interested on how it would go. So I get to my friend's house because I was going to go to his house and then we were going to go to the people who were throwing the party's house. And I get to my friend's house and we take the couple-minute drive down to where the party was at. Now, we get to outside of their neighborhood and they have these gates, and these gates looked like they were huge. Like, I've never seen gates so big. And they had like 4 cops on duty that would open the gate after you told them that you had a reservation. I mean, this was a nice freaking neighborhood. So we pull into the guy's house, and guys, his house was huge. I mean, this is probably the biggest house that I've ever, easily the biggest house I've ever been invited to a party at. Probably one of the biggest houses I've ever been in. I mean, I've been to the Biltmore, which is I think it is the largest ever house in the USA. Some of you guys from England might not know what it is, but if you Google it, it's pretty much just a giant house. And it's actually pretty cool. I got to go visit that whenever I was younger. But so we got into this house, and this house was huge. I mean, this was one of the biggest houses I've ever seen. And, you know, we get in, and they have an entire upstairs that the parents don't even use. The adults don't even go upstairs. It's for one kid. They have one kid that has the entire upstairs, and I mean, this upstairs was twice the size of my house, and I don't have a small house, and it was crazy. And so we go outside, and I look, and for all of you guys that know what Olive Garden is, it's a really yummy Italian restaurant. They have, I know I'm gonna get a lot of funny jokes off of this, but they have really good breadsticks. Ha ha ha, Anthony, I bet you do like those breadsticks. Herp derp derp. But yeah, you guys can leave all the perverted jokes you want about breadsticks in the comments. But they honestly have some of the best freaking breadsticks in the world, and it's just really tasty food. And they had unlimited buffet of Olive Garden. They were catering, and it was just a really nice party. It was really well put together. And so all the parents and all the adults were kind of in one corner at the bar, and over at this bar there was this guy serving out alcohol, and he was doing his thing. I mean, he was a really good bartender. Apparently he knew what he was doing, and he was a little bit drunk himself. And I've always I used to have really long hair, and whenever I had long hair, I kind of looked younger. But then whenever I cut it, which was a little bit before I went to this party, I started looking older. So I went up to the guy and decided I would screw around and see if I could get a mojito. My friend dared me to see if I could go get a mojito. And if you guys don't know what a mojito is, it's basically like kind of like a little bit of an alcoholic smoothie, if you want to put it that way. It's like got stuff in it. I don't know. I just know that it was tasty. So I went up to him like, "Hey, dude, let me get a mojito," and he's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem, dude." I mean, he was completely smashed, and so I got a mojito, and I tasted it, and I had the whole thing, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty good." So I had another one, and I had another one, and I had another one. So I had about 5 or 6 of these things, and I am just going crazy. My friend is cracking up because he didn't think that I would even drink it at all, but I had a lot of them, to be honest. And so we finally get back to my friend's house because I was spending the night at his house. I was like, there's no way I'm going back to my house like this. So I'm spending the night at his house, and he goes, "Oh, hey, we have a bunch of leftover alcohol." So he decides that he's going to make me even more. And needless to say, the next morning, I felt like crap. Guys, the first time you drink, hopefully it won't be till you're 21 or 16 or 18 or whatever the legal drinking age is where you're from. But if you do, don't overdo it. I had a headache for the whole next day. I couldn't remember what happened the day before. I was like putting together bits and pieces, and it was really a mess. But anyways, that's the story of my first drink. So, like I said, kind of a little bit funny, nothing absolutely crazy. I mean, I've had a couple of kind of crazy nights that I might go over in the future, but I'm not 100% sure about. You know, depending on the feedback I get from all this stuff, will determine how personal I get with all these stories. But anyways, if you guys like the video, then you know what to do. You can like up the video, you can subscribe, you can do all the stuff you want. You can even leave a comment. I know, kind of crazy, but anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces, bacon.